XRP family, the case is finally and completely over. You like that big red ink at the top, the mandate signed off here and stamped by the court clerk, officially filed and now added to the red folder. And we also have already seen XRP off to the races this morning with a 488x market cap multiplier. This is what we've been waiting for. Now you're starting to see it. Thank you for staying locked in with us, and let's get you fully updated. Here it is from James Phelan. Here it is. The Second Circuit has approved the joint stipulation of dismissal, the mandate, the filing, docket number, I'm not going to read it off, from the court clerk, Catherine O'Hagan Wolf. We really do appreciate it. And its mandate issued on August 22nd, 2025. Make it official. Now, I thought this was pretty funny. Fred Rispoli says, now, with the mandate having issued, we just have to wait for the second mandate, which will be very quick, followed by the third mandate, also known as the, call it quickly, as the most high and final mandate. Then, just kidding, just messing with you all, we are done. And I even saw people posting on my post earlier that we're still waiting for Judge Torres. No, we're not. We are not waiting on anything. This was the final filing put into the official court docket by the court clerk. This is all we were waiting for. No sign off from Judge Torres, no sign off from a judge at the Second Circuit, just waiting for the court clerk to make it through her paperwork. It's done. It's added to the red folder. And now, well, we've already started to go higher this morning. If you guys saw the live update while Jerome Powell was speaking, and we finally get an appearance from Brad Gallinghouse as well. Doesn't acknowledge the court case yet, but he says while many attendees at SALT have been in crypto for a long time, the change in tone on stage plus one-on-one conversations from even a year ago is dramatic and very palpable. I don't think that many of us had multiple Fed governors publicly embracing crypto technology on our bingo cards. A new dawn indeed. The headwinds have shifted to tailwinds. This was the last one. And really, the final is the ETF going live, which is inevitable. It is 100%. The final deadlines come up here in October, but we will see those XRP ETFs going live, 100% certainty and a guarantee from yours truly, okay? And in the meantime, XRP's already started to move back up, and it's moving back up quickly. Check it out, folks. XRP multiplier update. During the 30 minutes while Jerome Powell was speaking, we saw only 30.73 million of net inflows into XRP. That's new money coming into XRP. But this made XRP's market cap jump by $15 billion, a 488x multiplier. Thank you for staying locked in. And thank you for your attention to this matter. It's a very important one. The market cap bros still trying to figure it out. We try to help them. Yeah, they're still struggling. Let's show you how the math works, folks. We're looking at the net inflows on XRP. I got it on the 30-minute candle chart. And we actually see that they corrected this and revised it down. So the final tally was actually only 26.65 million in inflows, not the 30.73 that they were showing originally. So the final tally coming in here actually less, which means that our multiplier is even bigger. 15 billion divided by 30.73 million of inflows gives us that 488. But once again, we go back here to the chart, that number was 26.65. So let's go adjust our math here, 26.65. This is simple math, hard data. Let's do it. Enter. 562. I'm going to have to change the title. I'm going to have to change the thumbnail. It's even better and more dramatic than originally tallied up. A 562x multiplier on 26.65 million of inflows brings us to a market cap growth of 15 billion this morning. How quickly things can turn around. I was looking, and I was not sleeping very well. Well, I did sleep all right, but I was a little worried. I went to bed with my phone on my Coinbase app opened up. When I went to bed last night, a little bit worried. It was at like 283 when I went to bed. Wake up at 5 in the morning. It had dropped down to 278, 279, I think. And I was thinking, oh crap. So I load up some more margin on Coinbase. I actually bought the dip down at, 283. So I added to my XRP long at 283. And I tried to tell people, you know, it's buy the rumor, sell the news. In this case, it's sell the news, the uncertainty, the clarity leading up to Jerome Powell going live. But he didn't say anything that shocked the markets. He really was delivering what the markets wanted, which was all of the justification and, you know, Fed speak and talk. You got to be able to decode how these guys talk to understand what the heck they're saying. But he gave the markets what they wanted, which was acknowledging that they have to be open to cutting rates. If not in September, you know, they're going to have to adjust policy here soon. Signs of weakening labor market, despite inflation still being a very, you know, still a little bit hot. They have their concerns about this labor market, this business cycle, and they know that our government has a significant problem with the interest payments on our debt exceeding our defense spending. So I was expecting a rally back up here, a lot of strength to come back in, and Jerome Powell delivered. And then the cherry on top was this filing that came in here today. And so XRP had already popped up, and how quickly things can change. If you didn't get that dip below 280, you missed it. We were off to the races. Here's that 15-minute candle where XRP shot up to $3. Here we are back up at 308, and we are still moving higher, looking to recapture that $3.21 level. If we can flip that back into support, that sets us up to take another stab at that all-time high. And just how quickly things turn around. I mean, this was the end of the world, so bearish, end of the bear market. Rest in peace to all the people that sold their XRP over the past couple weeks. I was trying to explain it. It just was ignoring historical data and simple math on what we're going to see happen with the ETFs going live. Bitcoin ran up, Ethereum ran up, buy the rumor, sell the news event. But then after it settled back down, those inflows took Bitcoin to a new all-time high before the halving. The ETFs still haven't taken Ethereum to an all-time high. That's a different story. And in today's episode, we're just going to be celebrating and having fun, so I have no comment on that. But when it comes to XRP, don't ignore historical data, simple math, and conservative assumptions, which tell us that we have billions upon tens of billions flowing into XRP after these ETFs go live. So between now and October, that number goes higher. And that margin that you're going to have there is going to be pretty big, because I think that XRP could double up to $6-7 by the time those ETFs go live in October. And it's just interesting to see. Now I got people commenting and saying, you know, thanks, Zach, you were right. Thanks for your conviction. Thanks for always showing up. Just yesterday, I was the worst guy ever. Zach, where's $4 or $5? Where is it? I want it now. Zach, you suck. And now we take a minute to breathe. And now folks go, oh, crap. You know, all these people that sold off and thought they were going to buy back at 260, 250. I didn't want to say anything while we were still going down. You know, I didn't want to, you know, count our egg, you know, count our chickens before they hatch. But the same folks that were calling for us to bleed out to 250 and 230 last time around when we caught support at 272, that was at the beginning of August. And this group of traders and others, you know, folks out there, talking heads, we're all saying that we're going down to 230. We have to go back down to 250. I'll see you at 260. Never came. Didn't come earlier this month when we caught support at 272. And I noted in this morning's update that we didn't like the pullback, you know, down to 281. And we still did have a higher low established, but we were watching it. And then sure enough, Jerome Powell comes in and we're off to the races. The cherry on the top with that big red lettering, the mandate. No sign off from the judge needed, folks. It's over. We will never be talking about this case again. It's over. I'm going to have to come up with some new content. Okay? No more clickbaiting the XRP case. Darn it. Gonna have to come up with some new clickbait. But as always, I always back it up. I always bring it. We will never leave you. We will always be by your side here, analyzing these markets. I'm gonna share you my opinion. I'm gonna show you my purple boxes. We sometimes hit it. We sometimes miss. But it's been very simple. What we've seen here time and time again is that on the margin, we're right on. Do we need to hit the bottom perfectly? No. Do we need to hit the top perfectly? Absolutely not. It's on that margin where we make our money. And there's a lot of margin from where we're at here today and where XRP is going and our other altcoins as well too, folks. Now is the time to join our community. Sign up through Patreon to get access to Discord. We'll be doing our Discord weekly call tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. You're going to want to get tapped in with us. I just got done with another good one-on-one session. If you want to take that time with me, that's available as well too. All at ZachRector.com. We appreciate your support. We have made it. You will never see a video from me again about this XRP case, okay? It's officially filed in the red folder. The red folder now goes into retirement. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless you all. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.